I'm Billy Harris. You're hanging with Harris. We're in New York City. Going to go see my good friend Joey Campanero at the Little Owl of the venue. We're going to do a little broiled halibut. Let's go check it out. How are you, Joey?
I'm hanging with Harris.
You are hanging with Harris, and it's two guys from Philly, so it's long overdue. What's the Joey story? You're from Philly too. You a culinary school guy?
I went to the School of Hard Knocks.
You did.
Yeah.
South Philly style.
Definitely.
How'd you start cooking? What's the story?
I asked my father for money and he said, get a job.
He said get a job.
Yeah, so I started washing dishes.
Now, Little Owl is how, 7, 8 years already?
Little Owl will be 7 years next week. It'll be 7 years old. And this dish that we're going to make is a dish that's been on the menu since the restaurant first opened.
And it is, and it's going to be the halibut dish, but there's a story behind the halibut. Before you demo it, what is the story?
You know, the kitchen at Little Owl is teeny, teeny, tiny. And a big lesson that I learned there is that necessity is the mother of invention.
It is the mother of invention.
And I ran out of burners one day, and I needed to cook a piece of fish to complete a table, but I didn't have a space to cook it.
Right.
The menu reads browned halibut, like you cook it in a skillet and make it crispy. But I couldn't do that, and so I learned a trick while I was in Spain. Was if you take a mayonnaise and slather it on a fish and broil it, that mayonnaise turns brown. So that's what I did. I slathered some mayonnaise on the fish, I broiled it, and it came out beautiful, and I served it. And then at the end of the night, I found out that the person that I served that for was Frank Bruni, the critic for the New York Times.
Yeah.
And
he said good things about the Little Owl.
He actually singled it out, and he singled that dish out in his review.
All right, chef, how are we going to prepare this thing here? Besides the beautiful halibut, corn, tomatoes, frisee, peas, pesto, vinaigrette.
It's very important when you're cooking fish for professional chefs and restaurateurs is to develop a relationship with the person that you buy the fish from.
Right.
I got a guy, and his company's called Early Morning Seafood. He has the lock on the halibut, and so he always gets the first pick of the halibut that comes into the market. So I start with seasoning it on both sides, salt and pepper.
So really straightforward on this, beautiful piece of fish, a little salt and pepper, and not a whole lot to it.
Yeah, it's important to season both sides of the fish.
Sure.
And then I touch it with a little bit of this mayonnaise.
I'm watching it happen. Yeah. So this is literally in the pan, and then we just broil the whole thing. Just boom.
Beautiful. It goes right in the broil.
All right. Perfect.
To finish this dish, I cut a couple of tomatoes. I'm gonna put some of these English peas here.
Perfect. What else can I do here? Anything? Look at this. You ready for this?
Corn.
I didn't learn this in culinary school. Should I just do that?
Let's see how you do it. Let's put the snow pea shoots.
The whole thing, sprigs, or the whole thing?
The whole thing. How about now we put some frisee?
We need some onions.
Yeah, let's put some red onion in there. Just a little
Not
bit.
the whole thing
Not
on
the
this,
whole
because
thing.
this is just a little.
It's not an onion salad. That's plenty. It's more than enough. Next move, we're gonna put a little bit of the pesto.
Got it. Beautiful. Like it. And that's it.
And then this is a vinaigrette.
Nice. Philly vinaigrette?
This is made with sherry vinegar.
Hey, I can smell it. It smells great though, right?
Could you put a little pepper on there for me?
I can put a lot of pepper, but that would ruin the dish. Done.
And now this gets a toss.
Be great if that shot up right into my mouth.
Benihana style.
Beautiful fresh greens, right? Beautiful peas, tomatoes, corn, frisee, vinaigrette. Look at that, 6 minutes, all broiled. Beautiful halibut, because you got a guy. Look how great that looks. Halibut, little pesto mayo on top. Fabulous fresh ingredients, corn, tomatoes, frisee, peas, vinaigrette. I brought along with me some accoutrements. I learned that in the South Side. It looks beautiful, and I'm gonna taste it, and I bet I'm gonna be happy. See, it's the pesto. Pesto and the halibut, it's a great balance. See, like life and great food, it's all about balance. Joey Campanero, thanks for hanging with Harris.
I'm hanging with Harris.
You are hanging with Harris. When you're in New York City, come see Joey, got a Little Owl, come to the venue. We'll see you real soon.
Bye-bye.